This is a recovered report concerning a roadside contact event involving the others. Location is withheld. Subject name, Daniel Moore. Status, previously tested, previously returned. Initial sample result, inconclusive. Re-evaluation authorized. Daniel Moore was driving alone. The road was unlit. Traffic was minimal. Weather conditions were clear. The subject reported no distress prior to the event. Music was playing. Speed was consistent. At 23:41, the subject noticed a light in the sky. Daniel initially described the light as distant, stationary, white. He assumed it was an aircraft. Then the light adjusted its position, not quickly, precisely. The subject reported the sensation of being observed. He did not slow down. He did not pull over. He later stated, "I didn't think it was for me." At 23:42, the vehicle's dashboard lights flickered. The radio cut to static. The engine continued running. The subject attempted to check his phone. The screen did not respond. The light above the road intensified. At this point, suppressed memory activation began. The subject experienced nausea, disorientation, temporal confusion. Daniel recalled a different road, years earlier, the same light, the same silence, the same certainty. He remembered being taken once before. The memory returned in full. He remembered the paralysis. He remembered the examination. He remembered being told to remain still. He remembered a voice that did not use sound. He remembered being released. He remembered being told nothing. The subject began to cry, not from fear, from recognition. At 23:43, the vehicle's wheels left the ground. No impact was recorded. No mechanical failure occurred. The car rose vertically. The subject remained conscious. Seatbelt tension increased automatically. Steering input was no longer possible. The road receded beneath him. The subject reported that the light was no longer outside the vehicle. It was everywhere. The interior of the car became overexposed. Edges softened. Depth collapsed. The subject described the sensation as being taken out of the moment. The vehicle was not transported further. The subject was. The transition was not perceived visually, only physically. Daniel reported immediate paralysis. Respiration continued. Motor control ceased. His eyes remained open. The subject was positioned on a surface with no discernible material. Temperature was neutral. Pressure was applied without contact. The subject attempted to scream. No sound was produced. His mouth moved. Nothing came out. 3 figures were present, tall, narrow, incomplete. Their forms shifted subtly, as if their shapes were approximations. They did not speak. They did not react. They proceeded. The subject experienced invasive examination, internal mapping, neural stimulation, physiological measurement. No external injury occurred. Pain was present, purposeful, measured. The subject's distress increased. The figures did not respond. Daniel screamed. No sound was recorded. His body convulsed within its restraints. Restraints adjusted. Compliance was enforced. The procedure continued. During the examination, recognition was confirmed. The subject had been processed previously. The initial sample had degraded. Memory retention had occurred. This was noted as undesirable. Communication followed. No sound, no language. The message was delivered directly, clear, impersonal. You were not meant to remember. Corrective action was taken. Memory suppression initiated. The subject's distress ceased abruptly. Neural activity stabilized. Compliance was restored. The subject was returned to his vehicle. The vehicle was returned to the roadway. At 23:47, the engine resumed normal operation. The radio resumed playback. The subject's hands returned to the steering wheel. At 0:12, Daniel arrived home. He parked the car. He sat inside for 6 minutes without moving. He later stated he felt strangely calm. He slept without dreams. The following morning, the subject reported soreness. No visible marks were found. The subject dismissed the night as fatigue. He did not mention the light. He did not mention the road. He did not mention the scream. At 14:06, the subject paused while driving. He pulled over without understanding why. He stared at the sky for 23 seconds, then continued. Post-event assessment confirms sample reacquired, memory corrected, subject remains viable. Roadside events are effective. Drivers rarely resist. Further reports will follow.